Are you ready? Hey, let's go, let's go. Are you ready? Hey, let's go, let's go. Shout out to Casey Connections for her dope intro. Everybody loves your intro, sis. Go check her channel out. That is KC Connections. What's up? What it do? How you doing? I am back with another video. Today, E&E family, I'm showing you how to make apple fritters. Don't go nowhere. Okay, so let's get started. We're gonna start, and I've already chopped up some apples. The first time I made this recipe, I chopped my apples too big, so there were big chunks in the fritters. That is not delicious at all. So let me show you guys how I'm gonna chop these up. I just do like this. You know, I basically core them. You can see that. Cut them in half. Slice them up like this. And then I just take my knife and run my knife through them. Because we don't want big pieces in these fritters. And you don't need to pull out your stand mixer for this. You can use your just a regular bowl for this, which is nice. You don't have to clean up that mixer when you're done. Okay, so your apples should look like this. That's how your apples should look. Okay, so next we're gonna get the remaining ingredients in here. And as always, you know, I have my recipe off to the side. So first, to these apples, and if you want to, you can add a little lemon juice to the apples if you want, so that they don't brown. I didn't do that this time because there was no point in doing that. So we're going to add a little cinnamon to the apples. And let me get a spoon to mix this up. And toss them around in the cinnamon. Like that. I'll add just a little more cinnamon. I like cinnamon. If you're not a fan of cinnamon, add a half teaspoon. So like that. Okay. So let's get the rest of our ingredients added in. So next, we're going to get our dry ingredients added in. So this is going to start with 2 cups of flour. Have the wrong measuring cup. So that's going to be 2 cups of flour. Sift that in. And before I sift all of this, let me get the rest of the dry ingredients in here. So to that, we're going to add a 1/3 cup of white granulated sugar. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of light brown sugar. And we'll get it packed in our tablespoon. That's 1. And 2. To that, we're going to add a tablespoon of baking powder. That's going to help them to fluff up, give it that fritter look when we fry these up. So that's a tablespoon of baking powder. Okay. We're going to add a teaspoon of salt. And that's going to be, oh, I'm sorry. And a teaspoon of cinnamon. We're also going to add cinnamon to the batter. Okay, so let's get all of these ingredients sifted in. And this is something fun and easy you can do with the kids. They're out for Christmas break. Something that they can definitely try. And this brown sugar probably won't go through the sifter, y'all. And that's okay if it doesn't. Dump it on in there. Okay, so let's give that a toss. Get all those apples coated in there. Okay, next we are going to add a cup of milk. If you are lactose intolerant, by all means use your lactose-free milk as well. I have this on hand today. I don't drink regular milk. I actually drink lactose-free milk, but I'm running low on my lactose-free, so for this recipe, I'm going to use regular milk. So that's a cup of milk. And this is room temperature. And to that, we want to add 2 room temperature eggs. And if you don't like cracking your eggs over the bowl, that's quite all right. You can do them in a separate bowl and add them in. Okay. So let's get this all mixed up. And we'll see if we have enough liquid in here once we start mixing. So simple. All in one bowl. Don't have to pull out your stand mixer. You don't have to pull out your hand mixer. Really simple, really easy. I'm going to show you guys what it should look like. So this is what your batter should look like. Should be that consistency. Not too thin, not too thick. Next, we're going to get over to our stove and we're going to start frying these up. Don't go nowhere. Okay, now in that batter, I forgot to add one additional ingredient. It was actually a teaspoon of vanilla. So you'll want to add a teaspoon of vanilla to your batter. I forgot to put that part in. So I'm just using an ice cream scoop to scoop this out. And our oil has been heating up. It is screaming hot. You're just going to take some in an ice cream scoop. Like so. Let me put this over here. Might do better if I have the bowl a little closer. So take some in an ice cream scoop, like this. And this is messy, y'all. But it's fun. And we're just going to get it added in like that. Fritters aren't supposed to be a certain shape. They're supposed to be kind of lumpy, bumpy, and clumpy. So that's okay if they are. You don't want to overcrowd your pan. So I would say do 3 or 4 at a time. Okay. Now these cook really fast. So, let me get my tongs here. We can flip this one over. Okay, let's get these flipped over. Okay, so we can start taking these out in a little funky fritter shape. So easy. Okay, I'm going to continue frying up our fritters. And when we come back, I'm going to show you how to make a very simple and easy, delicious glaze to put on top of these fritters. Don't go nowhere. Okay, so for our glaze, it's just going to be 2 cups of powdered sugar. And you can pull out your measuring cup if you want. I'm just going to eyeball this. It's about 2 cups. A teaspoon of vanilla. You can never have too much good vanilla. And some milk. Start with a couple tablespoons. We're going to whisk this and see where we're at off of a couple tablespoons. Because we just want it to be a glaze. No, we need to add a little bit more. Yep, just like that. And I'm going to thin it out just a little bit more. Just like that. So we're going to get our fritters out of the oven. I kept them in the oven on warm because when you put this glaze on, everything should be, all your fritters should still be warm when you put the glaze on. So we're going to do that. And when we come back, we are going to taste these delicious apple fritters. Y'all don't go nowhere. So we've taken our fritters out of the oven and we're going to apply some glaze. If you want, you can put a rack on top of your sheet pan and put your fritters on top of that and then put your glaze on like that. I mean, so that way nothing isn't swimming in your glaze. But let me get a spoon. I was going to use the whisk to try to apply it, but it might be a little easier if I do this with a spoon. Okay. We're just going to drizzle that. Look at that. Right on top of there like that. You don't want to drown it in glaze. I mean, you can if you want. If that's what you like, you definitely can drown these in glaze. But I don't really like them drowned in glaze. I like just enough to make it taste delicious. So just like that. And this is something so fun for you and your family to do. You and your kids, your grandbabies, your nieces, your nephews. You guys will have an amazing time doing this. And I'm not going to glaze all of them standing here because that would take me forever. And don't nobody want to stand here and watch me glaze a whole bunch of fritters. So, y'all know how we do. We've got to get a taste of one of these fritters. So I'm going to sit this. It's not too hot. I'm going to sit that aside. Look at that. Looks amazing. Let's get a taste. Look at the inside. The apples aren't too big. It is the right amount of seasonings. They're light and fluffy. They're not heavy at all. These are really, really delicious. Try these out with your friends and your family. I promise they will not be disappointed. And that's it for today, E&E family. Thank you for rocking out with me today. Don't forget to like, comment, share this video. I truly do appreciate your support. Also, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. The links are in the description box below. If you haven't already, hit the bell notification so that you can be notified when a new video is uploaded. And as always, E&E family, don't forget to live a little and love a lot. Y'all be easy.